completing the trilogy.
World War III is not World War III. Do not be the hyperbole.
Of course, Germany can say that.
World War III is not World War III.
How do
Germany's-
you know it's not World War III?
Germany's got to be involved.
Because I am not fight yet.
I knew that was going to be the punchline. Once Germany starts going to war, then we all need to start freaking out. Which is, I guess, possible probably with this one right here. It would be crazy if in World War III, we once again have another German fighting the Russians match. Like, how many times is that going to happen? That's probably the thing that needs to happen. There was, of course, the Eastern Front in World War I. Then there was the Eastern Front in World War II. Now, just imagine the Eastern Front in World War III. I mean, maybe along the NATO borders or something like that, if Ukraine falls. I really like how in the video, the people that are screaming World War III, the countries that are screaming World War III are different each time. I mean, whether it's Israel and Iran or Ukraine and Russia, I wonder if they're associated. So the Philippines and South Korea more worried about Iran and Israel? Probably not. Brazil worried about World War III when it was just Ukraine and Russia fighting, but maybe. I'm trying to think of like 5 countries you could have done for just Israel and Iran that are freaking out. Definitely America, Canada, the UK for sure, because they kind of had something to do with it. Remember, guys, keyword yet. I don't think we can claim World War III yet until all these conflicts intertwine with each other, which it's possible. I mean, it'd obviously be Israel and Ukraine on one side. North Korean leader, can I play with you? That video is by Polandball official. Definitely go check him out. Go subscribe. Long distance relationship.
I hate you. I kill you.
Okay, that's pretty much how it's been going.
Sorry.
I see where this is getting at.
Sorry, excuse me.
Now Iran's gonna do the same thing. That is so funny.
Sorry, excuse me.
This is a perfect way to describe the situation.
Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me.
And actually a pretty unique take as well.
Sorry, excuse me. This is weird.
Yes, that's a pretty unique take too, because I've seen a lot of the memes, the meme reaction to like basically, Iran and Israel firing missiles over the airspace of these 3 countries, whether it's Jordan or Syria or Iraq. It usually tends to go more like this, kind of with just Iraq staring up in the air. But yes, that has been the very funny thing about this conflict. These 2 countries don't border each other, so in a weird way, this is a little bit unprecedented. Yeah, definitely love this video's take of them just like having to walk by. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I love how they still have the manners to say sorry and excuse me. World War I, 1 bullet. World War II, art school. World War III, sorry, excuse me. This is how teachers think bullying goes down. Context, they're firing missiles to each other, passing the countries in the middle. That's right. This is called options.
Response to American attack. We put all options on table.
All options on table.
One of option for Ayatollah to resign?
All option is on table except one.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna retire or resign, because they specifically said resign. He could retire too, though. But yeah, that is definitely off the table. It's a nice question, I guess, Poland. I mean, you gotta at least give it a shot. Now try the Israeli president. See if he'll resign. Probably not. This is my most trusted news source. Poland canon to news reporter. Oh, I hope we can have a civil conversation in the comments. For the most part, it's somewhat civil under Polandball officials' comments. Maybe if I sort by new, you'd see some crazy stuff. But at the top, it's pretty nice. That's pretty good. This is called due process. Okay, there's the B-2 bombers. Perfect reference. They dropped 3. That's exactly right.
You can't just bomb Iran. You gotta follow due process. No thanks. I prefer to just due process.
I mean, that is basically what happened. And that's why the situation was so crazy. When I actually did hear the news that the U.S. went through with bombing Iran, it was kind of just like, oh, we just went ahead and did that. Oof. Obviously, the UN was not considered at all with that. Honestly, this might set a precedent. That's the thing. I mean, it's not like this is anything new. The US has been doing stuff like this for a while, but never against Iran. That's the key difference. That's the scary difference too. UN, you gotta follow the rules. USA, let's just solve this with some Benjamins. The US be having their own processes, yes. We just be doing things not considering the world at all. Rare footage of the UN standing against America. But to be fair, yeah, who even is listening to the UN at this point. From Russia with ambivalence. I think it's what's called. Here's Russia just sleeping. Oh, they're getting a nice little text message from Iran. It's kind of late. It's 3 a.m. Bro, don't text. Russia, best friend. America and Israel is to attack me. Come help. We defeat Western I don't think Russia's down right now, to be honest. Oh, they're gonna. Oof, got left on red. That's painful. And yeah, this is essentially what is happening. I mean, Iran would love help from the Russians. any sort of help, even if it's just like materials or resources or things like that. But Russia, first of all, Putin said that he doesn't really want to do anything against Israel. These are the words that came out of his mouth, because there are like 7 million Russians or Russian speakers that currently live in Israel. My bad, it's definitely not 7 million. It's 1.3 million, or 15% of Israeli population, which actually is massive considering Israel's population is less than 10 million. And of course, the other thing that's keeping Russia out of the Iran-Israel conflict is, well, Russia has their hands full right now with Ukraine. All of this was definitely taken into consideration from the USA and Israel when it came to bombing Iran, because they see Russia up there and they see, wow, they're really distracted in Eastern Europe. They probably will not help out Iran right now if we go after them. I kind of wish this did show Russia maybe kind of exhausted from fighting Ukraine specifically, because they do look exhausted in their bed right now. Now we got to see the sequel where Iran texts China. We don't know what they're going to do with China, but there are a lot of theories that if this continues, China will supply Iran with weapons. That's actually much more likely, but they also might do it secretly. I've got my own problems to deal with, says Russia. Russia, you need vitamin B2. USA, you've got that. The top 3 strategies, leaving the first Iran message on red, and the second, and the third. I love how Russia just doesn't care. Balls and Belrogs. UN, this is what they do
We're
at
almost
UN
ready to
meetings,
start
right?
your campaign. Let's finalize your classes.
Oh, God.
Necrofranza.
It's D&D. Necrofranza. Berberian with Morocco.
Mexicleric.
Mexico. He's playing
Canadrude.
the Canadrude.
Viet Ninja.
Actually very creative. They get to be ninja.
India.
Ooh.
Roganda.
Roganda. So he's the rogue type.
And Golak.
And Golak.
Shogun Slinger.
This is really creative.
And Bargentina.
Bargentina. He gets to play the music. He is actually the most important to the clan. Is it the clan? I'd like to see more from this universe, to be honest. Imagine the Countryball universe just playing like D&D. I feel like this is something that AI is going to generate very soon. Can you imagine what's going to come out of AI and the Countryball universe once the AI gets a little bit better? I've noticed it's still been struggling, but kind of keeping up. AI will eventually be able to like turn all these different like fun little scripts, I think, into movies that I've always wanted. It's only a matter of time. Anglo lock abilities, lock doors, lock windows, lock your gob. This deserves a sequel. Think of new D&D classes and country puns. Yes, I do think that's definitely worth looking into. Viet Ninja? America, no, not again. I did think that was a pretty accurate one. Of course, Vietnam would be a ninja. The trees are speaking. This is called constant vigilance. Okay, of course.
Oh no, I got syrup on my favorite shirt.
Of course, Canada.
I'll have to change.
Of course that occurs.
I like your shirt, Canada. I think it's got too much red. Now, who can tell me what to do when the French are in your way? Kill them!
Tell that to Quebec.
That's right, Canada. You get a gold star.
Nice. Lessons for how to empire. Oh, this is Vietnam. The music. Oh, that's so good. Okay, this one definitely might go over a lot of people's heads, but it's really good. First of all, of course, Canada is going to be eating pancakes with syrup, and pretty much anything with syrup. So basically, Canada gets syrup on his uniform or whatever, his skin. So he changes to his old skin, the old Canadian colonial flag. So they got to reach deep into their closet and pull this sucker out, which they haven't used in several decades. Then we see New Zealand in the next shot saying, I like your shirt. Of course, New Zealand would like that. Australia too. Obviously, they were all under the British Empire, and New Zealand kind of has a, similar sort of thing going on. Even today, they still have a flag like this. So does Australia with the Union Jack up here in the corner, the copyright symbol. And here's kind of a reference on what is going to happen. So the USA doesn't love it because it's got too much red in it. If I need to remind anyone, USA, their least favorite color is probably red. They hate the reds. Now, in class, of course, the UK is the teacher. We are teaching how to empire. The UK definitely knows how to empire, and they're only teaching their own former colony. Well, actually, no, they're not. Poland's here. I thought they were only going to be teaching the countries that they made in real life, but there's definitely a couple here. Guyana, New Zealand, Canada, the USA. I would say the USA has got to be ace in this class, right?
The French are in your way.
Next joke, obviously the UK doesn't like France, and then Canada has a lot of experience with the French because of Quebec. Because they got it right, they get a gold star, and with this gold star, first of all, I love this song is from, I think 2001 Space Odyssey, but yeah, never give the old Canadian flag a yellow star like this. It looks very communist. And you know what? Here's the thing. The USA would actually crash the freak out if Canada did go communist. I can see why they did crash out. You do not want your northern neighbor to have any sort of yellow star on their flag. That shows sign of communism. That's how you get freedom up there, Canada. USA will bring you a lot of freedom. Become communist or just have a lot of oil that we want. Those are the two ways you get some more freedom. This whole the flag is the Countryball's clothes thing has so much potential for future jokes. Please use it again. UK must be so happy that his son used the clothes he picked out for them. Yeah, remember, the UK was the one that actually initially picked out this uniform. America does have a lot of PTSD. I knew it. The flag is the Countryball's clothes. That's right. This is called real estate.
To give to my children.
That's the Iroquois tribe, I believe.
Will never understand the value of this land.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Oh boy.
$5 million! But it doesn't even have a backyard.
Yeah, that's literally how all the Canadians feel right now. It's pretty rough. I mean, a lot of Americans know how bad the real estate situation is. You want to know what is even worse up there, up in the north? It's way worse. And it's weird because they have similar amount of land. The problem is the habitable land, the land that isn't like freezing, frozen cold all the time. There's very limited of that. So yeah, that obviously makes the real estate situation so much worse. I love how this flag is accurate for the British at the time. They were going to be using something a bit more like this, obviously talking to this Native American. But yeah, one thing's for sure, the British were right. We would definitely, or they would definitely understand the value of the land. $5 million for a freaking birdhouse. That's literally what it feels like nowadays. I'm not gonna lie, it's disgusting. Classic Englishman. Your children will never understand the value of this land. Canada proceeds to overvalue the land. Sadly, it's not free real estate. Guys, this is not a joke. The city in the background is Toronto, and Toronto's small houses now are $1 million. Oh yeah, absolutely. The same thing here in California. Oh yeah, that is Toronto. I can see up there. Literally $1 million gets you like 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom at this point. That's how it is. At least down here in Southern California. Bro, we're so cooked. Colony transformation in 13 seconds. Basically, someone turned into... Wait, is that the goth son? Aw, this is the UK showing us how to be a big boy. A big... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That is what it kind of looks like now. To be fair, though, that's kind of how a lot of colonies ended up being. Look at, like, Brazil and Portugal, for instance. Brazil is, like, 25 times bigger than Portugal. I mean, like... That's in terms of population, but they're also just larger in general. Gotta love all the phases we went through, though. Obviously, we started off in 1775. Now, we were independent right here, and also the British hated us in 1783. We were about to get into another war. But yeah, this is when we were rebelling. Oh, that was our teenage years. That's perfect. They loved us when we were a little kid in 1775 before we declared our independence in 1776. We were still a baby, being, you know, like under 10, maybe 12 years old. Then we rebelled, became a goth teenager. Then in 1861, they got to see us literally fight somebody. I like how they're squinting in the background. The British probably did kind of laugh at us when we were fighting in our Civil War. They definitely examined a lot of it, but they didn't contribute, or they didn't do anything about it. They didn't help the South. Then we were on the same team. Maybe we were like 25 at this point, and now we are holding up our own daddy. Yeah, our daddy's a little old now. I need to stop saying daddy. It kind of sounds weird. USA holding the UK in 2025 is like he has to take care of his old dad now. Yeah, he's basically like in a home. USA being emo at the time of its independence is perfect. Number 1, born. Number 2, I've escaped my dad. 3, battling depression and winning. 4, grown up. 5, taking care of Papa. It's so beautiful. It's okay, Britain. You've had a good life. Jeez. That just sounds dark. Road trip time.
Let's put on some tunes.
Okay, so we have the big North American states. We got Kendrick on. Who chose this?
Put on some
Canada's
Canadian music.
Oh, it's gonna be Drake. It's gonna be Drake, isn't it?
I'm riding shotgun,
Bro.
so I gotta choose the music.
Of course,
That doesn't make any
the
sense.
U.S. because Drake is from Toronto.
I'm the one driving. I'm doing all the work.
Oh no. Oh. Well, Celine Dion is, to be fair,
Put Kendrick
also.
back on.
It's gonna be a Justin Bieber joke, isn't it? Because he's also from Canada. I'm not sure which city.
Crap.
Again, more
Celine
Kendrick.
Dion is a 5-time Grammy winner and Canadian icon, you asshole.
True.
Come on, man. I don't want to listen to this garbage. We always do what you want to do. Let's do what I want to do for once. Come
Let
on,
Mexico
stop.
put on some tunes.
Come on, keep your eyes on the road. That garbage.
Mexico just in the background.
You're gonna make me crash. Road trip rules, man. Come on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bro, this...
Y'all want to stop for nachos?
I'm choosing...
Yes.
Unironically, out of all those, I'm choosing Mexico. Is it anyone else that, like, genuinely... Mexican music just brings me happiness. I don't know if it was because like as a kid I would always be taken to like Mexican restaurants and I loved eating the chips and salsa and like they'd be blasting Mexican music from the speakers, so it just kind of brings me to like a childhood sort of feeling. Anyways, that's the happiest stuff on here. I don't know if I want to take a side in the Kendrick Drake war, but I definitely not listening to Celine Dion. I don't think I listen to any of her. Canada, my turn. America, no, my turn. Mexico, I just want nachos. I love how Mexico's just chilling there, not saying a word. Can we talk about the beaver? I wonder why Canada's driving, but yeah, the beaver that plays hockey. By the way, if you'd like your very own one of those, I do have a Canada Countryball for sale over at makeship.com. There is a link in the description down below. There's also Panama and Greenland, but they're going to be gone at some point very soon in the future, so reserve yours today. I love the dynamic here. USA is always kind of obnoxious and cocky. Canada is typically wholesome, but can be tough when they want, and Mexico's just chilling there with them. All those videos are by Polandball Official. Again, please go subscribe. They've got so much smart content. I feel like there's always a lot to analyze from their shorts. Even though they're kind of not very long, there's a lot of really cool little details. These are the patrons for this month. If you'd like to join, check that link down below to patreon.com. If Greenland is the largest island, then Australia is its own continent again, right? Drew Supremacy League. Drew's Argentinian Trust Fund. Rip Grandpa. Connor Pavlik. Carmel S. Douche Baggins. Alexander the Terrible. Frederick Tiblin. Bear Hayes. Luxembourg Lover. Miglu the Goat. Nolan Nord Tyrol. And Tambrin.